So I'll give you a quick tour around the inside of the cab the way I have it set up now. Some of you might be interested. I'll try doing it with my GoPro wide pan view, and the sound is pretty good.
Okay, son, let's get going.
At the start of this video, I will go through the instrumentation and control functions within the cab of this tractor. The second part of this video, I'll go through and show you how I keep my drone in the cab and where I mount my cameras, and essentially how I get the video from inside the cab for my YouTube channel.
Let's go through the instrumentation on the tractor. Here we have our three transmission levels. We have low, neutral, medium, and high. A lot of times I'll hit this with my butt getting in and out of the tractor, or my leg, and it will jump out of gear. But that's where the three controls are for the gear. I told you where my strobe light control is. We'll move to the dashboard. This is where my window washer is. If I push that in, I'll wash my windows. And this is my window washer, or my window wiper speed selector. This is the lever to engage the four-wheel drive. I mostly don't use that. I don't, especially with the tires loaded, I don't necessarily need four-wheel drive. I think I've only used it snow blowing once or twice. It's got to be real deep. Today I didn't need it at all. The downside of it is that you'll spin your tires in two-wheel drive. When I reverse quickly, I'm spinning my tires. We'll move over to I have my center instrumentation cluster, which you can see. Temperature here, fuel level here, and then a whole other lot of activities going on. And this, if you can see it, is a mini screen where I can toggle through. You can see my engine hours, my speed, vehicle hours, PTO hours. That's the level, if you can see it, 62%. When I'm not sure if it gets to 100%, is when it does a regen, where you don't shut the engine off, and an engine runs at a high RPM, may inject a little fuel into the exhaust to burn out the particulate matter. On a John Deere, I have a video of it doing this while I was working outside, seamless. Leave the tractor alone. You can continue working, do whatever you want to do. On the right side over here, we have another instrument panel, my turn signals. This is the toggle through the dashboard display. This is for functions for regenerating, cleaning out the particulate matter in the exhaust system. I don't touch it. They recommend it, don't touch it. Just let it do. Go ahead and do it. My emergency flasher switch, my light switch. Lights are off, tractor lights on, tractor lights and work lights are on. Over here is the throttle selector, turn key to start the ignition, foot pedals. I love the John Deere foot pedals, forward and back pedals. We'll swing around to the other side. Dual brakes on the tractor. I have them linked together with hydrostatic drive. I almost never have to use the brake. It seems as long as the engine's running, it will stay in place. It will stop on its own, no issue. But this is what we use to operate the loader. This is my third function for the loader. The mower, also used to raise and lower the motor. I have to switch hydraulic lines on the back of the tractor in order to operate the clamshell bucket that you've seen me use, the 4-in-1 bucket, or the grapple. This is where I operate that function for it. On this side, the 3-point hitch to raise it up and down. This is the PTO selector. Right now, even though it's not very accurately shown, it's on the mid PTO. Center section is for mid and rear PTO. back is for the rear PTO only. Underneath my drone, this is how you activate the PTO, pull it up. When I reverse, I have to pull this up so it doesn't shut off the engine. Once I continue reversing, I don't have to hold it. It won't stall the engine out. If you see me stall the tractor, 100% of the time, it's because I forgot to pull this up. It's not because of the load on the tractor. Another instrumentation cluster, I rarely use cruise control. My property, my lawn isn't probably big enough to do that, but here are the cruise control settings. Here's the auto match. This prevents the machine from stalling out. If you're doing loader work or even snow blowing, it will slow the forward speed of the tractor down so that the augers on the snowblower will catch up and you won't stall the machine. This is where your rollout selections are. When you let off the forward hydraulic drive, when you're going forward, when you have it onto this side past the circle, you'll have a longer rollout on the machine. You can decrease that to neutral rollout. I like a very tight position on this. So when I stop, let off the pedal of the tractor, I like to stop quickly. This is auto throttle. Love the auto throttle feature most of the time. I'll do loader work in auto throttle. So as you're pushing the hydrostatic pedal forward, this will automatically increase the RPMs on the engine so it doesn't stall out. A couple other switches in the back. These are my rear work lights to turn them on and off. I always leave them on. Window wiper and washer for the rear of the tractor. Let's go down low and then go up high. Slot my rear differential so that both tires are spinning. This is an adjustment for the speed. Look at the bottom of my heel. That's an adjustment for the speed, raise and lower the 3-point hitch. This is my air seat adjustment. Let the air out or put air in. My size, I need a lot of air. This, I have no idea what that is. I have no idea what that is. But I'll see if I can find that out. And if some of you know, you can comment. I don't ever remember seeing that on a tractor. There is a lever to move the seat forward and back. So on this side, there's a lever to move the seat back. I had the seat moved all the way back, and the dealer actually unbolted it and set it on mounts that make you allowable to move it further back. Let's do heat controls. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, cab tractor, the roof is insulated. There's some sound battening in this roof. There's an air filter to filter the dust out. That's air conditioning on. I turn my air conditioning to high. I turn my heat to low. Fan adjustment here, as you can hear it. Or during the winter, air conditioning's off. I turn the cold all the way down and the heat all the way up. I start the tractor with nothing on. After about 5 minutes, I'll click it up maybe into this range. If it's really cold, I'll knock it up to here. Awesome to have heat. You see the heat supply. I have 6 of them around the tractor. 2 in the front half, 2 in the back. I aim them at the glass. They do a great job of keeping the glass from fogging up. The return air is back here. If you can see that, that's nice because the warm air comes to the back of the tractor, defogs or defrosts the rear windshield, and then goes up into the return. Stereo function, which was mandated by me. The dealer was very good to give me this. I wanted a Bluetooth stereo, so this is my Bluetooth stereo that will connect to my phone or any other device. I can make phone calls from this using my phone. I can listen to my phone, my music on my phone through this, or I can pick up weather stations. I think it will even do a weather band on this stereo. Sound is not great, but it's good enough. It's good enough. And I like that my family can call me and that I can talk to them from within the tractor. I've yet to mount the microphone. They give you a lot of cord to mount the microphone, if you can see that. I probably will just use a little sticky pad they give you and mount it here or something. So I have to do that. Garage door opener. During the winter, my tractor is inside, ready for snow. During the summer, it's outside. This is where I have the garage door opener mounted. So I can remotely open and shut the garage door. I think that's about it on the features of my tractor. So how I have the tractor set up now. This is typically where I have my GoPro camera set up facing forward. I've debated getting a GoPro 360, which will take 2 fisheye lenses front and back, which will take video simultaneously 360 degrees around the camera. My fear of going to that, and I welcome your comments, is I've heard it takes a lot of time to process that video, and my time is short, and then I'm sure it uses up a lot of memory space, and I'm not looking forward to that. So although I think I'm exploring buying that camera, I welcome any comments on it. It could be interesting. My rear-facing camera is mounted on another suction mount here. I like that look. I might do some vlogging from this camera on some nighttime snow blowing activities or cutting my lawn. Or maybe when I finish my review of our F550, I might take this along, or both of them, to get some views inside the cab. Going through the rest of my, let's say, camera mounts or camera equipment, I've made a Velcro mount, and actually Dave and I came up with this idea at the same time, using Velcro to secure the remote control for the drone. And this, I have to tell you, I tried it out today for the first time. I really like it. You would think this cab would be roomy and have plenty of space to put a remote control for a camera, but it really doesn't. And it was actually fell on the floor 3 or 4 times during the summer and a couple times during the winter. This is great. So when I'm operating the tractor, I can lean forward and see the screen, do whatever adjustments I have to do. Especially what's nice is if I do get the drone to track me well, I almost can leave it there and go hands-free. But we know that that function doesn't work 100% on the drone. Finishing out, this is where I'm carrying my drone now in the tractor. It sits here. I usually don't touch this instrument area of the tractor, so that's a good spot to park the drone. Also a little refreshments, which I'm now taking. We come over to the left side. I have some little cubby areas on a side console where I store another bottle of water, my drone batteries, a pair of gloves, and this is the on and off switch for my strobe light, which I love. Some of you commented they like that I get simple enjoyment out of having a strobe light, and I really do. Must be, I'll say over and over again, as a kid I loved to watch the TV show Emergency and watching that Dodge truck back into the firehouse, and I love to run the strobe light and back my car or truck into the driveway and this tractor into the driveway. Way to go, Johnny Gage. Oh, one other thing. I put my landing pad, and a lot of this came about today. The landing pad for the drone, I'm wedging in the seat where it's easy access. Again, I don't have a lot of storage, so I figure putting my landing pad by the seat is a good spot. The field pack for the drone, batteries, and the storage case for the drone I'm putting behind the seat. That's the best area to place the drone field pack. Oh, this is also my mirror, which I've angled so even when I only have one camera mounted in the cab, that you can see my ugly face every once in a while when I'm doing a video. Okay, let's get some air moving in here to fog these windows that we're fogging up. Let's go to high, and we're done. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed this little cab tour of my 3046R cab tractor. I love it. I'm glad that you guys appreciate it. No matter what size tractor you have, enjoy it. It's fun. They help you around the house or on your ranch or farm, and there's nothing wrong with looking at it like a hobby and getting some enjoyment out of it. Please always wear a helmet when you do off-road motorsports. Please consider subscribing to my channel, and I hope to see you on the trail on some type of off-road equipment, maybe even a tractor working around your yard. Thank you and God bless. And I'm going to start it. Oh, but it doesn't want to start. And for some reason it doesn't want to start. I wonder if I ran the battery down with the lights on. Okay, here I'm going to start the tractor. One start because the PTO was on.